Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome along. We are back for the European Tour, the final European Tour of the year, and it is going to be good. I'm just setting up as well. Got delayed a little bit this morning, but it's all good. Hope everyone is good. I was at the MODUS MDA exhibition last night. What a night! Gathering Price was so good. It was unreal. Just a late one, a late one, Rob. We have got. So I need to set my PDC TV up as well here. 2 seconds. Log in. Cameron Menzies up first. Got a good interview with Vincent last night as well, which I will get ready as soon as possible. Right, what do I want? Darts rankings. Who's going to Dortmund? Well, there's the question. So, on the race for the European Championships, we do have dark green. Daryl Gurney and above are officially dark green. So 33k is enough. And yes, Ryan Searle's mother-in-law probably has told him already, but he is dark green as well. Right, where were we in the chat room? How we doing, Adam? Good to have you in. How we doing, Antoinette? Mike is in. Look, can't wait. It's going to be a long one as well. Doing the media for the CDC this evening as well. Chris, how we doing? Hope you are good. Raspberry Dutch, do you have any update on whether Target have joined the DRO? There's nothing as far as we can see. I'm not saying they haven't, but there is nothing on the DRO website yet to confirm this. How we doing, Dale? Good to have you in. Wesley Placia walking on. I might describe the zone to watch the darts, but can't seem. Depends where you are, buddy. The honest answer is I don't know about the zone, because they don't have the darts in the UK. How we doing, JT? Hope you are good, buddy. How we doing, Teresa? Good to have you in. Tom, how do? So yeah, we have some dark green. Can the new Harrows darts take soft tip points? I've got no idea. I've not tried them. I don't know is the honest answer. 25 degrees in Spain, nice. Placia is on the stage. I wonder what Cameron Menzies walk-on song we are going to have. We had both in Leicester. Who are you backing to win this week? Well, if Gezi plays like he did last night, Gezi will walk it. But look, that's an if, isn't it? So, look, I think Van Veen will go well. Look, there are a lot of top players missing, but there is still some top talent there. No worries, buddy. Whereabouts in Oz are you? No soft tip, need a bigger screw. Cheers, Rob. I reckon Price will win it. Yeah, look, last night he was unreal. So, I know it's only an exhibition. However, he smashed Luke Humphreys 9-0, right? At one point, he was 7-0 up, and we were digging out the record averages. At 7-0, he was averaging 127. Luke's averaging 94 at this point, so he's playing good darts. But 127, ended up being, I think it was 106, nearly 117. He was unplayable last night. 25 degrees is not October weather. Agreed, Teresa. It's not ginger friendly weather. That Sky Sports notification we got last night and WDF statement this morning was classic. I didn't get the notification from Sky. I don't have them on, but I saw the WDS post about Bo, which was really, really good. Who used to run this week? Don't get what you mean, Tom. How are we doing, Aaron? Hope you're good. I saw the price hammer on freeze last night, yeah. The players still care about it, Ellis. When they're in that practice room, they still want to win. Honestly, Chris, it was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous last night. We were digging the record books out. I installed soft tip boards at mine. Not worked one. Cool, like that. Who's going to replace John McDonald? Just from what we've seen, it looks like Lewis Jones. Right, we are underway. Cameron Menzies has won the ball and will throw first. Are the world number 1 and 2 taking part? No, they have both skipped this tournament. It is a boost for Keane Barry. There was some interesting talk in the practice room last night about the top-up list. That is it fair in terms of you've more chance of being called up to this one than the first one and so on? Second bit's correct, Chris. First bit's not. Callum pulled out this weekend, which was a surprise. Gary Anderson, no real surprise there. As it stands, obviously Gary can't affect his ranking. As it stands, he will play Cameron Menzies if Cammy wins this game. So there is some change there. James Wade can overtake Gary as well. So there is some movement to be had there. He did years ago, Chris. He hasn't for a long time. Yeah, he was the MC. He's MC'd stage 2, the last 2 events at Minehead, and I would presume would again this year. And he did the Women's World Match Play, and he also did the JDC event. Big day for Chizzy and Cullen. It's all on Ratajski. If Ratajski wins his first match, everyone else is in trouble. If Ratajski wins his first game, Chizzy then has to win 2 matches. Joe Cullen then has to get to a semi-final. So everyone below Mace on comms. Let me just going to look now, Adam. Right, there is a statement out. Rusty Jake Rodriguez appeared before the DRA Disciplinary Committee on the 10th of October as a result of him failing drugs test at Players' Championship 24. He admitted the breach of the DRA anti-doping rules. The UK anti-doping rules 2021 state that when it is a first offence of a substance abuse, not performance enhancing, a period of ineligibility shall be up to 2 years, brackets 10.22. There is possibly a reduction for this, whether the player can show that comfortably satisfaction of the committee that the substance was not performance enhancing and its intention or use out of competition 10.24a. That would reduce the period of ineligibility to 3 months and could be further reduced to 1 month if the player satisfactorily completes the substance abuse treatment programme approved by UKDA. The committee found that in the investigation was out of competition and applied 10.24 UK anti-doping rules. Therefore, the sanction imposed are as follows. In the circumstances, the committee deemed that Mr. Rodriguez will be subject to a 1 month ban. This is strictly conditional to him completing the appropriate UKDA approved programme. Should Mr. Rodriguez fail to engage and complete this course within the next 3 months, then his ban shall be extended by an addition of 2 months. Still a joke, in my opinion. Still a joke. Wesley Placia 2-1 up on Cameron Menzies. 3 legs, 3 breaks of throw so far. Where were we? No, Adam, the issue is with it, it's the DRA don't set the rules, it's UK anti-doping, and they've brought in this thing over, I don't know when it was, I'm guessing 2001. Cameron Menzies levels up, by the way, they're both averaging astronomical. That they changed the rules from when Richie Burnett and Kevin McDine were banned. Is the thing. They've changed it. I don't agree with it. I really hope that Dan Dawson's not replacing John McDonald. I don't believe so. He might do, but I watched the first week of the Australian Premier League. But last week, obviously, we were in Leicester for the World Grand Prix. But I will watch it again. What's for lunch? Lucozade. Who will Humphreys and Littler play the Players' Championship final? We don't know yet. Still a week to go. Does Chris Mason not commentate on the MODUS Super Zero anymore? Not at the moment. Can't fit it into his diary. How does that differ to Dom Taylor's? It's the same as Dom Taylor's, Rob. It's the same as his. Afternoon, Jonathan. Good to have you in, buddy. No, I don't agree with it. I think the rules are wrong. It just sends out the wrong message. No, Dom got a month as well, Rob, because he completed the training, the training course. I tell you what, Cameron Menzies is on absolute fire here. He is 3-2 up, averaging just a shade under 107. This is very, very good. How are we doing, Rick? Good to have you in, buddy. Same as everyone, welcome along. We are here for the next 3 days of European Tour action. Also, I will be doing interviews with the CDC players this evening and the winner. So we will know who is going to Alexandra Palace. I don't think it's been released yet, Rob, but it will be. I just don't think it has been yet. Do you think the World Series... do you think the World Series events that haven't been confirmed could yet be Canada? I don't know, Ryan. I know one of them is going to be in the Middle East. You can see by the dates that they want to put one after Saudi. You can just see that by the dates. Look, I would love, Ryan, I would absolutely love one in Canada. Jesus, look forward. Sorry, JT, I keep forgetting. I was trying to use Restream the other day for TikTok, but I can stream to Restream, but I can't see the chat room is the issue. And I can't put my phone where TikTok is, where the YouTube chat room is, because it's in the way of the camera. But I will try and reorganise it so it's better. So my apologies, JT, my apologies. How are we doing, Aaron? Just working away. Come on, Cammy, let's get on. Swiss Phil. Would love Swiss Phil to come and do it, but I don't think it will be. Wesley Placia levels up 3-3. Good game, this one. Kieran, the honest answer is I don't know, because I've never taken any and never plan on to. But it's not the point. If something is banned, it's banned for a reason. And the players know it's banned. And it sends out the wrong statement, the length of the ban it is. Yeah, Lawrence Halagan out due to medical reasons. Gutted. Phil, are you going to Saudi? Possibly. I'm not going to say yes, but I'm looking into it. It depends on where that last event is. Sounds like you've just had a big night out. No, lack of sleep, buddy. I was at the MODUS event last night, which was superb. Didn't get in till late. Do you know when the new Menzies starts coming out? Oh, yes. Roughly, Rob, November the 14th, I think, was the date. So not too long. They are nice as well, by the way. Little Richard for MC. I don't see it, Jonathan. Look, Richard is a very good MC, but I think with all of his spotting duties and so on, I don't think he could do it. Swissville actually knows the lower ranked players. Yeah, I think Swissville will be good. Do you know if the PDC have a short? I don't know if they've got a short list, but Lewis Jones, Ludog, has done a lot recently. So I think he would be the favourite. When's the Gary new dart out? The same as Cameron Menzies. They're all part of the same range, and they're going to release the range all at the same time. So I think, off the top of my head, it was November the 14th. Placia breaks once more. This is ridiculous. He takes out an absolute banger. Again, Placia, absolute on fire at the moment. Yes, there are other darts, Rob. Obviously, we went as like trade and media. So they showed us everything. But as part of the big range, they were releasing things in 3 different stages. And I'm sure that they said it was the 14th of November for the new player ranges, which are lovely, by the way. Absolute lovely. What about Paul Star Tungsten Time? No, look, at the moment, our thoughts and love are with Paul at the moment. Paul's going through a very difficult time at the moment, so I'm not sure if he was on the PDC radar, but I don't think that would be possible at the moment. Really good friends with Paul, and yeah, he's going through a real tough time at the moment. Yeah, Euro Tour break after this weekend. The 2025 season finishes. But we do get an extra European Tour next year. Also, when we were streaming on Wednesday, it was brought up about would we do the World Championship qualifier on the 1st of November. You should be pleased to know that although I am unavailable to stream, Dan is available, so we will be streaming that qualifier on the 1st as well. How are we doing, Kev? Good to have you in, buddy. Here's Cameron Menzies going to break straight back. He's going to get 2 at tops. Pins last start in hand. This game's swinging one way then the next. It's an entertaining game, that is for sure. Both playing good stuff here. I'll tell you, Cammy just looks like something's clicked. Just looks more composed on stage right now. But can he get the job done? Holds have been hard to come by for both players. Did the World Youth stream on Monday break your records for most viewers at once? Yes. The previous one was about 1300 for a Q School stream. So yes, yes it did. It was superb, absolutely incredible. 180. Yes, they are different. The issue is the match fixing bans are set by the DRA. They have complete control over that. The drugs bans, the DRA are governed by UKDA, so they have to follow the UK anti-doping rules. Oh, Placia could be about to break again. The 180, then the perfect setup has left Menzies under the cosh. Oh, I tell you what, under pressure, that is a sensational dart from Cameron Menzies. Darts on the Telly International on Dart live streams. Carlsberg don't do Fridays, but if they did, cheers, Kev. Big up Phil. Do you think Littler? Yeah, Littler will go to Dortmund. He's not going to miss a major. Why don't your subscribers like your streams? Slacking. Look, most of them do, Rick. Look, people have jobs and so on, and might be on the other side of the world and so on. So we know it's not always physically possible for everyone to tune in. How we doing, Rob? Good to have you in, buddy. Always a pleasure. It would be huge, Marcus. I agree. Paul's okay. Look, there's some family stuff that he's going through a tough time. I've got no idea. I've got no idea how they come up with those numbers. Fred doesn't know I'm always tuning in at work. Fred loves the darts though, Adam. Fred loves the darts. Looks as if we're going to a last leg decider here. It looks like, I think the favourite is Lewis Jones. Lou Dog. He's the one that's been doing the emceeing for things like the JDC, the Women's Series and so on. Afternoon, Kevin. Who do you think 16 to 32 is due a big world? So I'll have a look in a minute, Charlie. They're all capable, is the thing. But 16 for Placia to send us to a noble. Menzies is poised. If he doesn't hit, probably deserves a last leg decider. But it might not get one. It might not get one. Because Menzies is going to get 2 match starts. Cameron Menzies. I tell you what, in this match, there was a great element of composure to Cameron Menzies' game. Something that we've not always seen. But that was good. Disappointed to see that the last World Championship players went to the PDPA. Seems look, the problem is, Marcus, that would we have all loved to have seen another African qualifier? Yes, 100%. But could they have organised another qualifier in time? Probably not. Is the thing. They probably couldn't have organised it in time. But we'd love to have seen it. Tesco's Christmas sandwich range is live. I repeat, Tesco's Christmas sandwich range is live. Are you asking me to step in? Are you asking me to step in? How are we doing, Aaron? Yeah, there was a great level of maturity to Cammy's performance there. Great last 2 legs by a man. Yeah, 100%, Peter, 100%. Coming up next, we have Laban Darius Labanauskas against Niels Zonneveld. Yeah, agreed. But next year you can't have 5 PDAP qualifiers. It's too much considering. Look, I don't think anyone's ever going to agree on this, Marcus. I think, look, your point of view, and I'd like to see more variation. I agree. However, there will be another camp that also says that, hang on a minute, the PDC Tour should have more places. So that you're never going to get a right or a wrong answer. Wonder if Felix is going to be as good as prospect as his brother. We'll see. Look, that game is massive. Everyone is cheering Felix on because if Ratajski wins, it's an uphill battle. What does Peter need to do? He's probably going to have to go to the qualifier, Daz. If I'm being honest, I don't see Peter Wright getting to the Grand Slam. We've got about 1 minute and 10 seconds. Atletico lost in the qualifier. I would presume so, yes. Without going back and having a look, yeah, we love dark green on the race for the European Championships. Daryl Gurney and above are all safe. Riccardo Pietrezco is a win away. So, Pietrezco, Dobie, Wright are all 1 win away from going safe. It's that last spot is the interesting one. It's the intriguing one. Yeah, Dortmund is next week. Too hard to call a winner until we know who's in what draw, who's got what path, and so on. Kieran, I chat to mates all the time. At the moment, it's just hard to get the diaries to align. Like this week, early on, I was streaming all week. Then he's gone to the Euro Tour. So potentially next week, I see SC4 covering late. I briefly saw the announcement. Are they taking the whole tournament or just a part of it, Jonathan? That was the whisper and the rumour that we all thought was coming. But obviously where it dropped yesterday and I was at the event, I've not had chance to read it. It's not the whole tournament. Okay. I think it's the last 5 days. How we doing, Big Johnny? Good to have you in, buddy. Hope you're good. Right. European Championships is next week. Potentially, yes. But don't worry, the next instalment with Mace isn't far away, Kieran. Just part. Look, part's better than nothing. Assume you've done a few German events. Have you? Yeah, so a couple of years ago, we went to watch Dortmund when we were out for the European Championships. The atmosphere was incredible. On YouTube, and then when C4 starts coming off YouTube for the UK, cool. I like it. I think it's a good move. Will Barney get to Dortmund? I think so. I think the good thing... Look, I don't think Barney's playing particularly well at the moment, but I think he's got enough on the board that I don't see... Like, if Barney... Say Barney doesn't add to this total, William O'Connor, Joe Cullen would have to get to the final. Sedlacek would have to win it. Zonneval would have to win it. So yeah, I don't see 5 people overtaking him, but he's kind of a nice draw in round 1 if that's what you get. They covered the international breaks. Yeah, I agree, Johnny. I thought the coverage there was really good. Any idea? I presume so. Zonneval on his way. Yeah, the Dortmund are at home. The problem is they've got they're playing Schalke, which is a local derby, so the likelihood of getting tickets is quite slim. Nice, I did Eintracht Frankfurt game. Like, Frankfurt's a great city. Never been to thing, but yeah, Frankfurt's a great city. Poppy, come on, Cullen. Would love Steve Lennon to kick this tournament round on difficult. Yeah, agreed. Need to sort something out on the breaks on YouTube. Yeah, Jonathan, I'm not sure if you were in the chat when we were talking about this during the Pro Tour, that some people were quite snobby in relation to it being on YouTube. I think YouTube is a great platform to broadcast on, but the production has to be good. And like you say, in those breaks, there has to be slides coming on, information being given to the viewer, and so on. If they can sort that out, it'll be good. It will be a Saturday fight. Yeah, so in that case, we'll be because there's a session Saturday. How we doing, Joe? Good to have you in, buddy. Who's the refs? Don't know. I'm guessing Franz will do some. I haven't got the sound on it.
He was a dart away from reaching the European Championship. Missed darts to beat Kim Huybrechts in Prague. In the semis, would have put...
Kirk's one of them. At this point, Phil, is there any reason why they don't use Dart Connect for inputting the scores at these events? Is it just aesthetically? So at the Pro Tour, the iPads are obviously in every booth. Now, they don't use an iPad for this event, so if they wanted to be on Dart Connect, either, excuse me, someone from Dart Connect would have to be there manually inputting the scores. So there would be obviously 4 days wages, 4 days hotel, travel, and so on. And I'm guessing that they don't see the cost is too much. But it's the same as at the Worlds, that they will always do pen and paper. How did you manage to watch Dortmund with the darts being on? So this was a little while ago, Kieran. This was probably, I can't remember how long ago it was, but it kicked off in the afternoon. Like there was a few, Stuart Pike, a couple of the players, we all went. More people have access to YouTube and Sky on Netflix or anything. Yeah, 100%, Johnny. That's why I say I think YouTube is a great broadcasting platform, but the production needs to be good. YouTube gives any brand a platform to go and do what they do. How we doing, buddy? Hope you are good. Gives you an ample chance to get in front of people, but then you have to provide the production. More people, yeah. They must already Correct, but the company Sport Radar send some or pay for someone to do this for the bookies. Obviously, Sport Radar are nothing to do with Dart Connect. Again, it comes down to cross like brands, if you will, that people aren't going to pay for someone else when it's not theirs. I think Gezi will be tough to beat. Yeah, for a Friday afternoon, it looks really good. I agree. Remember, next year we have 15 Euro Tour events. That is going to be sensational. Possibly, Rob. I don't know, to be fair. That's how Labanauskas is having an absolute stinker here. It is horrific. From Zonneveld. At the moment, Laban only averaging 68. Oof, it's a bit of a smelly one. Phil, I've been watching Kings of... No, I'm not really a tennis fan. Two seconds, everyone. Just... 3-0. Zonneveld leads Laban in a world of trouble. Do you watch MODUS? Kevin Painter's dartitis getting worse, if anything. So loss after loss. I think he needs... if I'm being honest, I didn't watch any of it last night because I was at the MODUS MDA event, so I haven't seen any of it. No, and look, you can't. It's a horrible situation for any player to be in. Laban should get a leg on the board. Down to 52. Look, he's up the average to... And Laban does have a leg on the board. Zonneveld still averaging around the 90 mark. Zonneveld's level is just dropping here a little bit. Is he letting Labanauskas back into this tie? That's the question. You just feel that Labanauskas is just gaining some momentum here. What do you reckon, chat room? Is Labanauskas getting back into this? Zonneveld, the head shaking has started. He's 3-1 up, but he's not happy. Not happy at all. 1-2-4 for Labanauskas. What pressure can Zonneveld put on it? Laban comes inside. He's had a chance for back-to-back legs. The 1-2-4 almost went. How we doing, Nathan? Hope you are good, mate. Hope you are good. Zonneveld, one dart left. And he's missed. He's had the chances here. But Labanauskas to get back within one. To get back within one. This is turning into hard work. But Labanauskas does hit last dart in hand. His dart at double 11 was closer to the treble. Did you hear about Palmer being out for 6 weeks? No, I've not seen. Is there a Friday night game? Do I need to do my fantasy team tonight, or is it a tomorrow job? Could do with Darius winning and Zonneveld just behind O'Connor for first Europe. Fez. Zonneveld's in trouble here. Zonneveld is in trouble. Labanauskas is on the charge here. Zonneveld has taken, Labanauskas has taken the darts off of Neil Zonneveld here. Under pressure. But that's a massive visit from Zonneveld when he needed it. And boy, did he. His action is very slingy as well, Jasper. That when it's on, but it's a very slingy action. Tomorrow, cheers Rob, means I can do it later on. Got 5 transfers, so I built my little transfer kitty up to use them. So 2 at tops. And Zonnevold does rescue that leg. He needed that. Lewandowski has upped his average. He's over the 82 mark now. It's considerably better. But that was the chance that got away. So what's everyone got planned this weekend then? Anything nice? Look, now the weather's turned a little bit. 180. What's everyone got planned? At the UK Open, some DC enter the scores on. Quite possibly that someone is there. Yeah, I know that the iPads are there for the outside boards. So yeah, look, Dart Connect would have someone on site for that event because of the amount of data and that there. Zonnevold has rediscovered that form from the first few legs. Has Lewandowski's got a ton topper in him. The 146 is not going to go. Also, as well, Premier League tickets go on sale on Monday. I saw there's a bit of criticism on social media about the prices. I actually think the Premier League is reasonably priced for a sporting event. I never understood how Zonnevold can play darts well with that throw. Oh yeah, the elbow and the release is all over the place. Marcus, I agree. It's not one that you would teach, that's for sure. But yeah, going back to my point, I think the Premier League is well priced. So it looking as if it's going to be over. Can you get some player interviews but have a fake interim takeover internationally? I don't dislike it. 6-2, Zonnevold wins. Look, Zonneveld was the better player. He had a little wobble in the middle, but overall, played some really solid stuff. This one should be good next. Steve Lennon. Remember, a lot on the line for Len. Very fair for a yearly event with the entertainment. But yeah, Huey, I agree. I just saw on social a lot of people complaining about the ticket prices. I think it is. I'm with you. I think comparing it to other sporting events, boxing, football, and so on, I think it's priced very, very well. Right, so De Graaf has won the ball. Got about 2 minutes 50 seconds till play returns. Oh, Rob, I made the fatal mistake as well. I had a chuck with the MVG prototypes. I actually really like them. So any questions, fire them in while we get ready for the next match, match number 3 of 8 this afternoon. I believe so, Nathan, yes. I believe I read somewhere that he is. So, again, everyone's plans for the weekend, what's going on? Are you stepping in this weekend, perhaps? To be fair, the PDC could charge £100 per ticket. It would still do really well. It would. Yeah, no, look, I agree. It would because of the popularity of the sport. But I just think that it's priced really well. They are similar, Rob. Yeah, but these seem to be thinner, I think. But I'm going down to Bridgend soon, so I'll see what we can do. Just seen Chizzy isn't currently going to Dortmund. Wow, he's been top 3 recently. Yeah, and the problem is if Ratajski wins that first game, Dave Chisnell will have to get, or have to win 2 games. Collab Dart. Possibly, yeah, we can ask the question. We'd have to go black and yellow, I think, Rob, wouldn't we? If we were to do it, it would have to be a black and yellow. So De Graaf and Lennon coming up. Swiss Phil on the... That's a dodgy tash, Phil. Come on, Philip, get rid of that.
Action live und präsentiert von der PDC Europe. Hier aus der...
So, I can't remember what Steve Lennon walks on to. Is it something traditionally Irish, or is it something else? Let's have No, not traditionally Irish. Like the way their rankings should be at every TV event. Who are we talking about, buddy? Oh, Swiss. Yeah, Swiss feels great. He for me, he should be the natural successor. Jeffrey de Graaf now on his way. Both players are on stage. We are ready to go. Remember, Steve Lennon fighting to keep his tour card. Can he? I don't know. Let's have a look. How far adrift is Steve Lennon right now? My memory serves me correct. It's quite a bit. Where is Len? So, he needs to make up 15 grand. That's a tough ask for Steve Lennon. Rob Owen's the one that is in danger. Let's go, Scuba Steve. It'll always be the Shamrock. Yeah, that would be worst case. I think Lennon goes. I think Keane and Dylan are on the cusp. They have work to do. Steve Lennon. Jeffrey de Graaf is finishing. He's always been probably the best part of his game. But de Graaf has 6 to win it in leg 1. I like the de Graaf throw, very easy on the eye. Double 16 for the opener for Jeffrey de Graaf. Just making a mess of this a little bit. Now, has Scuba Steve got a blockbuster in the locker? The Barney, the 156. No, he hasn't. So de Graaf will return. De Graaf has made a mess of this, and I've cursed him. Normally, his finishing has been his strong point. He's missing doubles. Lennon's missing big numbers. What's going on here? And in the end, de Graaf does win it. But again, that leg just got messy. Steve Lennon will be kicking himself. He didn't punish the de Graaf misses. And in the end, Jeffrey de Graaf is over the line. Lennon in control here of leg one, though. Oh, sorry, leg two. Now, this is a more than winnable game for Steve Lennon. I remember going back where at one point Steve Lennon was bordering on the top 16 in the world. He was so reliable, got to the match play. I think exactly where he got to. I know he was bordering on the top 16. They haven't updated his wiki page yet with the rankings on. Is it? Might be on Master Caller. Let's have a look. Can't. There used to be somewhere where you could see people's highest world ranking and so on. I can't find it. But I'm sure at one point he was bordering top 16. Possibly, yeah, look, I wouldn't say I'm an expert in Irish darts or anything like that, but look, I think at the moment the pathway in Ireland is definitely the ADC. The ADC doing some tremendous things in the Republic of Ireland, especially. I think that's the pathway at the moment. How we doing? Hope you are good. Snips on Twitch. Hope 180. But it might not be enough as Jeffrey de Graaf. Again, the finishing just not as crisp as normal. And that 180 has given Lennon the chance. How we doing, Jamie? Good to have you in, buddy. Always a pleasure, my friend. Ooh, Scuba Steve has broken. He's punished. The de Graaf miss. Lennon playing okay here, averaging nearly 96. This is very good from Scuba Steve. De Graaf looked comfortable earlier on. Just missing doubles is costing him. This would potentially... Yeah, black and yellow darts suit me. Like that, Rob, like that. Lennon was ranked 16th. Yeah, I thought I was right. Oh, hello, Stevie boy. Hello, Stevie boy. It's 3-1 to Steve Lennon. Jeffrey de Graaf's double percentage is down at 11%. The 114 from Lennon was very, very good. Very good indeed. I say de Graaf was looking good early. But now he is under all kinds of pressure. All kinds of pressure. Not firing at all, where Steve Lennon certainly is at the moment. What he'd give for a double break. Oh, the setup is exquisite from Steve Lennon. The 174 to leave 32 for a potential double break. This is the best we've seen Steve Lennon throw in a long time. Peak Lennon World Cup final was top. I agree. He was superb. Lost his way of late. But if he can continue these types of performances, he will be tough to beat. Really tough. Yeah, de Graaf looked good early on, but he's missing all those doubles. Is now weighing on his mind, and Lennon is in control of this match. 4-1 up. Double break of throw, and it is a long way back. Again, the setup is brilliant. (106), treble 18 leaves double 16. Again, it's exquisite from Lennon. Piling the pressure on de Graaf, forcing him to take out or attempt to take out These big numbers. Five one. De Graaf, is he capable of winning 5 on the spin? Yes. Is it likely? No. That's the difference. But 180. Lennon wins. That's proper Christmas dreaming. That is proper Christmas dreaming. It looks like the shackles have come off De Graaf now. Now he thinks he's out. He's throwing with some freedom. And this time De Graaf hits cleanly. But you'll be thinking, where has this been? It's still a long, long way back here. Lennon has the darts here. He'll be thinking just a nice casual 12 or 15 dart leg will see me over the line. I need one more 180 from De Graaf. Oh, 4. That's a big total. Fez, I thought you were going over. I always thought Steve. Yeah, he used to, Teresa. He used to. Steve Lennon is a 6-2 winner. That is very good from the Shamrock. He needed that, Lennon. That's a good result for him. A really good result. So, Wessel Nyman coming up next. Yeah, it was really, really good. Yeah, look, this one. How we doing, Muchos? Good afternoon, my friend. I only what's on Dart Connect, and if I'm being honest, if he hits those numbers against Ratajski, he's going to get battered. Oh, I love that, Rob. Love that. Yeah, look, I would expect Nyman to win this comfortably. To be fair, I lost it all. Right, pictures are returning. We are getting ready for a bit of Wessel Nyman, a bit of Summer of 69 about to belt out in Hildesheim. I do like the Summer of 69 walk on. So 3 games down, 5 to go this afternoon. Remember, double session today on the European Tour, and we will bring you all of it. Anthony is in Rise and Shine. How we doing, my friend? This time, he is in the great city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, but still via the greatest city in the world, in NYC, baby. Remember, all the North American hitters are now in Philadelphia, getting ready for the CDC Continental Cup. Cannot wait. All eyes on Philly this evening. Who will be going to Alexandra Palace? The Grand Slam. All will be decided over the next 2 nights of fabulous action from the CDC live on PDC TV, and make sure that you check out all the CDC social handles, bringing you all the action. Can't wait. Little Richard over there as well. It's going to be very good. And again, I know we're not supposed to have favourites, but let's go, Spellman! Martin Kreimer. Again, a bit of a slow walk on. Let's get yourself to the stage. Excuse me. This one could be one-way traffic. I get the feeling Wessel could absolutely boss this one. So, here we go. Here comes Wessel. Wessel on the stage. Here we go. So, both players are on the stage. What are we saying? Wessel comfortably, chat room? Does he drop a leg? 6-0, 6-1, 6-2? What are you thinking? Here comes Opera Boy. Refereeing this one. How are we doing, Stephen? What have you missed so far? Cameron Menzies came for a great game against Wesley Plaisir. Cammy played really well. Look, Wesley played his part as well. But really good performance from Cammy. Neil Zonnevel beating Darius Lamanauskas. Strange game, but Zonnevel come through. Then a great display from Steve Lennon to beat Jeffrey de Graaf. German High Candy. Opera Boy. Great to see Franz back. Was good to see him in person in Budapest. Cool. In terms of his math, is very, very good, Aaron. I just don't like the call. It's not for me. Look, but I can't fault his math or anything like that. It's just not for me. But Wessel has started well here. Let's have a look at Martin Kreimer's throw. Throw is actually not too bad. Right, let's have a...
The most successful of all electronic dart players.
Not a chance, Rob. That's definitely not as easy as the Hinks. 180. I say fingers crossed. For me, it is hopefully it's Owen Binks who steps in next year as George's replacement. Big shoes to fill. But Wessel just messing around a little bit here, but not going to be punished, so will return. Needs to sharpen up on these finishings. Going around the houses here, and he's letting his opponent in. Wessel's scoring has been electric. Has there ever been so much darts on PDC TV, Euro Tour, CDC? Yeah, I forgot about the Australian Premier League, Japan Tour, Women's Series. And this is why I say, Marcus, that 50 quid for the year, for the amount of content you get, is incredible. Oh, Wessel Nyman may have just gift wrapped this leg on a plate for a break of throw. Martin Kreimer was not in the same street when Wessel started going for doubles. Now he breaks. Madness, madness, I tell you. And priority tickets, yeah. If you can get them, it's another matter. But the chances to get them. No, I didn't say that, Marcus. But yeah, you're right. Hi mate, just wondering, do you do promotions or sponsorship videos, ECT? If so, yes, if you email info@onlinedarts.com. Never let the truth get in the way. You know the line. Never let the truth get in the way of a good story. No, I disagree. I don't think Nyman's overrated. I think he is a potential great talent coming through. But he's still young. He's still learning. But Wessel levels things up. 1-1. Nyman is my favourite comeback story ever. Yeah, look, I think it's a great story. I agree. He's a nice kid as well. When you get to speak to him and meet him, he's a really good kid. But the thing is, I do illegal stream some things, but if it's price fair, Marcus, it's a tough one because I understand people's gripes around the pricing of stuff, 180, but also that works twofold. That where I'm not talking about darts here specifically, and we could talk about Premier League football if you want, the amount of money that organisations are demanding for their broadcasts, whether that be Champions League football, Premier League football, tennis, golf, cricket, the money that these organisations are demanding in broadcast fees, the broadcasters have to make that money back and make profit. Otherwise, there'd be no point in them doing what they do. That's the whole point of a business, is to make profit. So when they are forced to pay astronomical numbers, they have to recoup that money. But like that's a prime example, Marcus. I agree with you. Would I pay 25 quid to watch that fight? Probably not. But the boxers themselves, and because of this is partly to do with Saudi and the price that you get to fight on Saudi cards. All boxers now think, well, if they're getting that money, I want that money. Otherwise, they're not going to fight. So promoters and broadcasters are giving in because they need content and want fights. So they're paying that money. They have to recoup that somehow. Otherwise, they'll just run at a loss and go bankrupt. So look, I get it. It's a double-edged sword. There's no right or wrong. How are we doing, Jamie? Good to have you in. To be fair, I was hoping DAZN would pick up the darts contract if I do, but because that Sky Sports is so expensive. I pay for my Sky Sports, but when you look at it, the money Sky have to pay to broadcast Premier League football, Formula One, darts, tennis, whatever that may be, cricket, they have to recoup that money. Diamond, again, completely outscoring Martin Kreimer here. But again, missing doubles. And it is 2-2. Wessel could and should be 4-0 up. Is 15% on the outer ring is what's causing the issue. Yeah, 100% agree with you, but if the Parker White was £5... But the problem is, Marcus, I agree with the point. However, if it was only a fiver, they wouldn't be making enough money to cover. So they will... Not just Sky, whether it be TNT, DAZN, ESPN, they'll be able to forecast to quite an accurate number how many pay-per-view buys they think that fight will do through data analysis and so on. They will be able to forecast to within a fairly small number how many buys that fight will do. So that's how you have to work the price out. So say that fight does 200. They think that fight will do 200,000 buys. 200,000 buys at £5 isn't going to cover what they need to recoup. Nyman's look. He's having a mare here, but he's a good player, Nyman. Kreimer is putting pressure on here and he's effectively stolen the darts. Look, he is punishing every mistake made by Wessel Nyman here. Doesn't take it out, Nyman. There's pressure on this 61. $19 for double 16, you would assume. And he misses again. And Nyman does hold, but missed opportunity. Look, Wessel's scoring has been on it. He's averaging 90, which people will go, it's all right. But considering he's only 20%, he's 3 from 15. That shows how heavy he has scored. Is the riot bringing out? Yes. I've just seen Rob. Who's in charge? Who's in charge here? $180 for Wessel Nyman. Is he about to get some daylight in this scoreline? Rescued situation potentially here for Nyman. But again, he can't buy a double. The doubling is dog and duck. It's like me. It's like me on a Friday night, this doubling. Four-two, Nyman leads. This is better. Nyman just looking as if he's settled a little bit here. Are you still confident MVG winning something big for the rest of the year? No. Look, after well, technically, did we count in the World Series? No, but look, I think that MVG needs. He just needs time, I think. I did a really nice interview with Vincent last night where he speaks about it a little bit. That he obviously won't miss big tournaments, but there's an argument to say that he needs some time away. Did Vincent talk about going back to Q school? I didn't ask him about it on camera, but it's not happening. Probably not until Monday, Jamie. I'm probably not going to have time to edit it before then. Just because obviously we're streaming with you guys. So, yeah, probably not till Monday. Is it Springer's brother? Yes, we believe so. Nyman just looking to win this. That the two legs Martin Kreimer has won. It's been down to Wessel missing. This has been a one-way display so far. Yeah, just listening to him and him talking, I don't see it happening. And Wessel Nyman does seal victory, a 6-2 win for Wessel Nyman. He's averaged 96. Yeah, he couldn't hit a barn door on the outer ring. The scoring from Nyman was sensational. So good. Phil, who are your prediction winners? Oh, that's it's tough to call. Look, I'm not saying which one, but I think Gerwyn Price will win a major between now and the end of the year. Yeah, I think Gezi wins one. I'd love to see Anderson win one, but I don't know. It's tough. It's hard to look past Luke and Luke. Phil, why doesn't Dark Connect have the scores? Because we spoke about this earlier, that it's for Dark Connect to have the scores, Troy, it would cost them quite a lot of money. They'd have to send someone there or have someone work for 3 days, travel expenses. Is it worth it? I don't know. Commercially for them, I mean. Look, for us, we'd love it on Dark Connect, but I'm not sure it's financially worth it. Steve Lennon was very impressive, agreed. Yeah, exactly. Look, Vincent's a great pundit on Viaplay. But very good from... No worries, mate. No worries at all. We'll always help where we can. If we can give you an answer, we will. Cheers, Phil. More stuff to buy. It's Christmas. Get it as a Christmas present. Right, about a minute, 20 seconds to go till we get pictures returning. He may be out. He's certainly not going to be lower than 5. I don't think. I still think he'll be 3. And speaking of the Lukes, are they both playing this week? And no, they are not, Daniel. They have both withdrawn. It's like what Edgar said. If he gets a card, then pretends he's giving up. Yeah, exactly. Yep. I will be watching the Continental Cup. Yes, Kieran. And I will be doing media with the winners as well. So a late night for me. Plan is stream this afternoon, go to the shop, get some supplies, come back, stream this evening, little power nap, up for the Continental Cup. That's the plan. Not bad, He. Not bad. How are you? I am good, mate. Flash score is good for darts. Yeah, I think, James, I think Flash Scores takes theirs off the bookie feed. I think. Right, pictures are returning. Uh, 12 o'clock UK time. Or 12 a.m. UK time, the Continental Cup. Wessel's front 9 average, 113.92, 95.76 overall. Again, scoring-wise, was very, very good. Ryan Joyce, Justin Hood to come, but all eyes are on Game 7. Krzysztof Ratajski against Felix Springer. That game is huge for everyone else, because if Ratajski wins, then the rest are in trouble. How we doing, last suspect? Hope you are good. Let's have a look, Rob. Let's have a look. Oh. Right, here we go. Walk-ons are coming. What does Justin Hood walk on to? I thought he might walk on to Junior Senior. Can't stop the beat, I can't stop. Right, someone needs to warn Justin, you can't sign every autograph on the way down. It's not how it works. I was there, mate. I was there for it. At one point, he was 7-0 up, averaging 127. The average dropped by 10 points in the last 2 legs. It was ridiculous. All the small things and whatever reminds me of a golden age of film era, American Pie 1 and 2. Oh, 2 absolute incredible films. And The Wedding as well. Oh, American Pie, what films? How did Dan celebrate Geordie Sam Fender winning the Mercury? I didn't even know he'd won it until you just said then. Yeah, see, I felt really old when I saw MTV's closing down at the end of the year. MTV back in the day was incredible. We need online cribs. You are old enough to watch. Just out of interest, with our younger generation of audience, who remembers American Pie? And if you haven't, just go and watch it. It's superb. Pimp My Ride, yeah. Mind you, isn't Tim Westwood under investigation by Operation U-Tree as well now? Yes, Rob. Stifler's mum. Everyone loves Stifler's mum. Any idea? Not a clue, mate. No worries, Harry. Good to have you in, buddy. Always a pleasure. American Pie has aged really well. Still fun. What is everyone's favourite film out of the American Pie series? Warm apple pie, Malachi. Warm apple pie. Afternoon, Alan. Good to have you in, buddy. Justin Hood, Ryan Joyce. We are underway. How we doing, Wayne? Good to have you in. And the American Pie. Yeah, American Pie 2 is superb. I had the one time at band camp. Oh, I love that. Are you here for all the games? Yes, Harry. So we will stream until this one is finished. We'll have a little, hopefully, 2-hour break. And then we'll be back for this evening as well. Break in the opener for Ryan Joyce, and then kicks off 180. How many pros jump into these? Talking to them, there are a lot of pros that watch our streams, whether that be the live lounge, the Pro Tour, or here on the Euro Tour. Yes, that there are plenty that jump in. That one time online dance. Oh, the dance off, yeah. The bachelor party as well. Who do you think is the... for me, George Noble. My top three, and I'm not upset, I don't upset anyone, but my personal top three is George Noble, Bruce Bentley, and I think Paul Hinks. Can you give me a tip for a multi, surely? If you're going for the rest of today, if I'm having a flutter, I'm taking Christoph Ratajski on the handicap, Jermaine Watamina to beat Keane Barry, Barney, Cullen, Clements and Aspinall. 2-0, Ryan Joyce leads. Russ robbed. I love Russ to bits, Nathan, but I just think that those three are marginally better. The best time in front of the chat when God was hanging off Davey. Yeah. We will try Owen's in Australia at the moment. We will try and get him on when he's back. Russ certainly top 5, 100%. Live lands with Cadby first. He needs to get out first. Ryan Joyce bossing this one at the moment. Potential double break of throw for relentless Ryan Joyce here. One dart at double 16, you would suggest 3-0. Biggest 180 hitter of all time. Oh, look, Littler has to be up there. In his prime, Chisnell. Dirk for a period was. I love that, Marcus, love that. 180. Justin Hood needs to find something. Anderson, through time, that there's been periods where players have been unplayable on the 180s. Justin Hood has completely undone the 180. Okay, no, that's the problem. Is Harry? There never is much value in these round 1 games. That's why I said Ratajski on the handicap. You would like to think so, Rob. You would like to think so. Lockdown Jose, yeah. Oh, Joyce misses the ball for a 1-6-7 and a 4-0 lead. Yeah, Johnny loves a 140. Unfortunately for Justin Hood, Ryan Joyce loves a double 16 and it is 4-zip. Hood in a world of trouble. Ryan Joyce averaging a ton. This is very, very good from him. NHL related nickname. We could probably find something. Phil, how are we doing? Mate, hope you are good. No, Littler is not playing. We will see Luke returning next week for the European Championships. Trying to go for Nyman to do to the deck affairs. Lights. Jailhouse Rock. Hood will not want to see a maximum. 140 still gets Joyce to a finish first. Justin Hood is in all kinds of bother here. How much pressure is on this 68? It's a good video. He needed that. I saw stuff online right now somewhere. When did Cadby last play the tour? Oh, Christ. That would have been... I'm not classing Q School, Joe. What... It would have been 2018. Yeah, 2018, I think. Five one. No, sadly he won't. Agreed. How are we doing, Jaden? I am good today. No real shocks to. Oh no, I suppose. Is it a shock? Steve Lennon beat Jeffrey de Graaf, and then played very, very well. Here's one for you. Can anyone remember his walk-on song without Googling? $180 for Justin Hood, but he's 5-1 down. Could he not play in the Australian Prem? Possibly. Yeah, quite possibly. Let me ask a question. Where's my? There we go. I think it's a coin toss game. Gilding and O'Connor. The first question is, can he play in the ADA events? Because if he can't play in that, then... And 6-2 winner to Ryan Joyce, 104 average. That is very, very good. Justin Hood's averaged 98, but it's the brilliance of Ryan Joyce in that game. It was right up there. Stunning stuff from Ryan Joyce. Wade plays tomorrow, Daz. No one's got Corey's walk-on song yet. Just trying to find something. Where am I? It's at Hildesheim. It was. You are incorrect, Marcus. That is Matt Campbell's. Yeah, Hildesheim. It was, Marcus, you're right, it was an Imagine Dragons song, but I'm on Top of the World is Matt Campbell's. It was Kieran, it was Thunder. Anyone else had a Bryan Adams song? Well, Jeff Smith used to walk on to Summer of '69 as well. Right. Not too long to wait. Does anyone else on? I'm not sure. Just Right. Luke Woodhouse has won the ball against Tom Bizzle. Do we see Roman at War Games? Yeah, I think so. But I'm interested to see if Seth Rollins is genuinely injured, like he's being spoken about. Right, pictures are returning and we are getting Woodhouse against Bizzle. It's a really good display from Ryan Joyce. If he's injured, they've got to put the title on Punk. Joyce's front 9 average was 116, which is very, very good. 3 games to go. Woodhouse against Bizzle, Ratajski against Felix Springer, and Andrew Gilding against William O'Connor. A couple of big games there. But look, game 7 is the one. If Ratajski wins, the rest are in trouble. I'm sure that O'Connor would have liked to have played before Ratajski just to apply a bit of pressure. Ooh, I'm not sure about that Tom Bizzle shirt. Oh, was everyone... I understand the colouring behind it because it's the Black Country colours, but just the front of it, I can see part of the chain on the back. Oh, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure on that one. Right. Here comes Luke Woodhouse. Chat room, what do you think of Bizzle's shirt? Afternoon, Ken. Good to have you in. Not as good as Rocks. Mr. Huwer refereeing this one. Right. Woodhouse has won the ball. Right, let's get this show on the road. I think Woodhouse just have to do some running repairs during his practice dart, but it is now game on. It is time to rock and roll. Everyone Bizzle against Woodhouse. Is it a bit? No, it's not. It's just the stripes down the front don't go for me. Would you say? I genuinely I don't know, Daz. I don't know how they pick the referees for tournaments when they only need 3 of them. So Woodhouse in control of leg 1 on his throw, just looking to set up this 190. It's a good setup, piling the pressure on Bizzle. Two at double 16 incoming for Woody. And he pins. Remember, he said on his own social media that he'd not been playing particularly well on the floor, but on the stage, he'd been doing okay. Been playing all right. 180 for Bizzle. Been a good response from Bizzle though here. Started on fire here in leg 2. 180 ton 140. Very, very good. Any reason we know Dark Connect don't feature? Yeah, we spoke about it earlier, Ken. Basically, for it to feature on Dark Connect, the Euro Tour, Dark Connect would have to pay someone to be there to do it. So you think on a Pro Tour, all the iPads are hooked up to Dark Connect. So the Dark Connect don't need to pay anyone to do it. It's just done automatically. Now, for this, they don't use an iPad. It's marked manually. So for it to be on Dark Connect, someone would have to be there. So it would cost Dark Connect 4 days' wages, hotel, travel, probably expenses as well. Is it worth it for them? Probably not. Phil, has the World Final been played on New Year's Day? Yeah, it has before. Not for a while. Not for a good long time. But it used to be that they used to crown the new world champion on New Year's Day. Ken, it's no problem, buddy. We don't mind going through it. If they wanted to do it just for stats, could they do it remotely? Yes, Rob. But again, it's still 3 days wages for someone. There's still an out cost. There's still an outlay, and I'm not sure what is it worth what they're going to get back for it. I don't know. Only they can kind of answer that. Look, would I love it on Dark Connect? 100%. Woodhouse made a mess at the end of this leg. Bullseye. Good effort from Bizzle. Good effort. Not taken though. So, Woodhouse, does he split or does he go straight for it? He's gone straight for it. Double five gets him out of jail. Two one, Woodhouse leads. $180. Yeah, look, I still think his floor game, and I think he says this himself, his floor game isn't where he'd like it. But on TV, he's played decent. But Bizzle averaging 104 here. This is very good. But he's going to have to break the Woodhouse throw at some point. Oh my. Another. Bullseye. Oh, what a kick in the solar plexus that would have been. But Bizzle has made a mess. The scoring phase was brilliant from Bizzle, but he has made a real mess of it. The doubling has been dog and duck in this leg. Not good at all. And 3-1 Woodhouse. Bizzle will be kicking himself. He had Woodhouse in all kinds of problems. But now it is very much advantage Woodhouse. Bizzle still technically he looks a good player, Bizzle. The throw's decent. And he's taken the darts here. The Woodhouse throw is solid, but Bizzle just... Is that a good rescue job from Woodhouse? No, it's not, because that is better from Bizzle. Breaks back 82. Look, Bizzle's been the better player here. There's no danger. Is there prize money for qualifying for the Euro? When you say Euros, do you mean the European Championship or a Euro Tour? Just Rob, just explain better what you mean, because Euros opens up a can of worms. So Bizzle is on course to break back here. He has been the better player. So yeah, if you qualify for the Euro Tour, you are guaranteed first round money. If you lose, I think it's $12.50. Which sounds good, but it's not when you have to take into account everything else. So Bizzle again has absolutely bossed this leg. $64 to level up at 3-all. One dart at double 16, and we are level. Overall, Bizzle's finishing is getting better. It was ropey earlier on. The last couple of legs have been crisp and clean. But now Woodhouse is under pressure. This is his throw, and he comes up dry. Remember, he was 3-1 up, but Bizzle is the man in the ascendancy. 180. right now, Woodhouse has serious questions to answer. 180. Get old. Woodhouse is responding. But again, the 180 cut in half by Bizzle. He'll be disappointed that he's not rammed home that advantage. But Woodhouse doesn't leave a finish. So the 18s should come into play here for Tom Bizzle at some point. Yeah, starts there. But again, neither player leaves a finish. It's a good 140, but Woodhouse is going to get a first look at 110. Going to get a dart. This has to go. And he misses. He gives Bizzle a chance for 3 legs on the spin here. 1 dart at tops. Misses. Gives Woodhouse a chance to breathe again. And Woodhouse does lead again. He'll breathe a huge sigh of relief there. Kev says, on the World Championship final dates, I love it. Like last year and this, the final doesn't immediately precede return to work in dreaded January. Not yet. If Bizzle goes on to lose this match, he will be wondering how this has happened. Because he has been the better player. But the key moments, he's misfired. Bizzle in control here on his own throw, but he'll look back at the dart at tops that he had to break. Sorry, thought this was how we doing, Johnny? How we doing, buddy? Would you give Euro Tour qualifiers money? I get the Pro Tour. The Euro Tour qualifiers. I don't know. I think the criteria for the Euro Tour, as in the prize money, is a bit all over the place, because I don't know if this has changed this year, but certainly if you book your hotel through PDC Europe, $12.50, Johnny, but this might have changed, but I haven't heard. But certainly last year and the beginning of this year, if you book your hotel through PDC Europe, you have to book for the whole weekend. You can't just pay for the days you are there. So obviously the PDC Europe have got a commercial deal with hotels or whatever. So you have to book that. So you're looking at probably 450, maybe 600, depending when you go. Just if you're in round one, you've got to be there on the Thursday. So you're looking at 600 in hotels. Then you've got your flight, depending when you qualified, is going to be dependent on how much your flight is. So, but you've got then flight costs. Obviously, you've then got to live out there. You've then got your tax. If you've got a manager, they'll take their cut. I think round one, you lose money on a Euro tour. Like Gary said, the interview that we did with him a couple of weeks ago, when the Pro Tours was in Hildesheim, he was down 1,600 quid before he'd even thrown a dart. So you think that some of these late call-ups that may have only got a call-up on Wednesday, their flight will be through the roof to get them there? Possibly, but again, that's down to the PDPA to fight that corner. Woodhouse, has he put together the ultimate counter-attack in this game? He has been under the cosh for most of it. And then when it really matters, he's produced something on the Bizzle darts. Woodhouse to get over the line. Match dart missed, but he will return. But he's going to be under pressure. Immense pressure from Bizzle. And Woodhouse has won it. Tom Bizzle will definitely think this is the one that got away. This next game is huge for qualification for Dortmund. If Ratajski wins this game, it piles the pressure on everyone else. You could argue, though, let's say Keane Barry's got... Because it's the last one, Kev, I agree. We'll flip the coin then. Say this is Euro Tour number 2 when you get a late call-up. It's not going to be worth that there and then because you're still miles away from everything. Yeah, it could be because of how late this is in the season. But if you get a late call-up to Euro Tour number 2, your flight will be through the roof. Ratajski has won the ball against Felix Springer. remember, if Ratajski wins this, the pressure on Chisnell, Cullen and O'Connor goes through the roof. So, this is all if and hypothetically, that if Ratajski wins this, Dave Chisnell would then have to bare minimum reach the quarterfinals to overtake him if he just wins one game. Cullen would have to reach the semi-finals. O'Connor would have to reach the semi-finals. Yeah, everyone else outside will be the biggest Felix Springer fans you have ever seen. Chizzy, Joe and Willie have put Nico Springer. Oh. Yeah, right now they will be running around in Nico Springer shirts. But Ratajski has won the ball. So, what are we saying, everyone? Does Felix Springer get the job done? Or does Ratajski give everyone else a problem? No, Littler's not entered this. I completely, Springer is the huge underdog here. I agree. This is round one, Michael. So today, or this afternoon and this evening is all round one action. Woodhouse departs the stage. We've got about 3 minutes. How are we doing, mate? It's the European Tour. The final European Tour of 2025. The curtain coming down on the best tour in darts. Polish. Yeah, look, when that draw came out, when everyone else wanted Ratajski to get one of the better players, that draw was harsh on everyone else. Ratajski to lose 5-6-5 just for chaos. Oh yeah, if we could manifest chaos, then yeah. So we've got about 1:45 seconds to go. OD merge. Ryan sold dark green for the match play. So, we've got about 45 seconds to go. Important match for Ratajski in his quest to return to the top 32. I looked at that, to be fair. We were concentrating so much on the race for Dortmund. Ratajski. Yeah, agreed. We're on the tour card race. Where is Ratajski? He's got about 46k to make up. Michael Smith now close to dropping out of the top 32 on the tour card race. Searle third on the 2026 match play. Yeah, I love. We're already thinking about the match play already. Love it. Do you think Dirk beats Sendercheck? I can see all. But if Dirk plays well, Dirk wins. PB, can you see us losing a wave of household names in this tournament? Yeah, I can. But look, that's down to the sport to then create this next wave of household names to come through. Building the characters, building the personalities, and so on. So yes. But look, we've also got a really good crop coming through. Is it possible? Good question. Where? Yeah, feasibly, is it possible? Yes. The only thing I would say is the ones that are below him, James, aren't in the best of form to go and do it. But is it possible? Yes. Is it likely? I don't think so. Yeah, out of that little group, Nyman, yeah, Ratajski is inconsistent. I wouldn't. Barney again inconsistent. Pietreczko no. Gilding no. Cullen inconsistent. Dirk inconsistent. Look, I think Menzies and Woodhouse could get to him comfortably, but I'm interested to see Springer Jr.'s throw. Thunder, nice. I feel Tom Bizzle excited on Wednesday. Should have been Bunting. Yeah, look, he played well. He played well there. I know nothing about Felix. No, look, looking at his averages from qualifying for this, Ratajski should win it comfortably, but you never know. Yeah, just looking at the numbers from the qualifier, Ratajski should win this fairly comfortable. I'm interested to see his throws, see if it resembles Nico's in any way. But Ratajski doing his walk on now, and the Polish Eagle. What are we saying then, chat room? Score predictions, what are you going for? Ratajski comfortably, Ratajski uncomfortably, or Felix to spring what would be a huge surprise? Again, I think it's a tough one to call. I think both could play brilliant, both could play awful. I think edge Willie just, but I don't say that with any confidence whatsoever. Just because you don't know what you're going to get from the pair of them. But in relation to the race for Dortmund, this one is huge. Ratajski can take a massive step. Yeah, I think Ratajski has been consistent. Looks like father and son. What's... early doors, Ratajski in control. Proper look at the Felix Springer throw. What a setup from Ratajski. I think, I might be wrong, but he uses the same darts as Nico. Nico there watching. I think Felix uses the same darts. One 0 Ratajski, clinical from the Polish Eagle. You'd make Nico favourite again. Yeah, I agree, James. Yeah, if I was having a punt, I would make him favourite. Yep. Same darts and flights. Just the early signs here says to me this is not going to be a good result for the chasing pack. Because Ratajski is already threatening the Felix Springer throw here. Ratajski has taken the darts. Springer is going to have to up the levels here, as in Felix, not Nico. Nico sat in the family area watching. What? 13? What's he gone for there? I need to watch this. He is a long way from intended target some of the time, Springer. I need to have a look what he's going for. I think there is a lot of nerves up there from Felix Springer at the moment. And look, why wouldn't there be when you're making your Euro Tour debut and whatever? 2-1 breaks for the... look, I think Ratajski wins this comfortably. Look, at the moment, he is in no danger whatsoever. I think it must... Look, one, there's obviously clear nerves up there, but it's got to have come out of his hand funny. Bit better here, though, from Felix. Is he just settling, perhaps? But the Polish Eagle, ice cold. Averaging 105 and a half. I wonder if Ratajski knows the significance. What do you reckon? Do you reckon Ratajski studies the rankings? Can't wait for Keane's game later. Very tough draw. It is, yeah. But look, he's there, so he's got a chance. That's what you've got to look at. At 66 for Ratajski for a 3-0 lead. Misses, but will return. Felix Springer not on a finish. It's a really good setup from Felix Springer, but he may have wasted 3 massive trebles if Ratajski pins 8-8, and he does 3-0 to the Polish Eagle. Right now, I'm sure Chizzy, Cullen and O'Connor have got the Ratajski voodoo dolls out and are about to start beating it up. 3-0 to Ratajski. $180. We're seeing glimpses here from Felix Springer. This is a really good leg from him. There's glimpses of talent, and look, early on, you would definitely suggest that nerves have got the better of him. But look, that happens to so many players. But this is a much better leg from Felix Springer. Did you see the supplement made for darts players? It's called Fighting Fuel. I haven't seen it. No. I know. Like Luke Humphreys is a big supplement user in terms of his energy levels and so on. So 48 for Springer to give himself a chance. But he's still a long way back, but 2 at double 16. Let's see if the nerves have subsided enough here. Scoring phase has been superb in this. That's good. That's a really, really good leg from Felix Springer. The scoring was good and he punches his way to his first leg. But look, it's still a long way back against Ratajski here. A long, long way back. You can see him going for this 48. He is really nervous, the young man. Just out of interest, without me Googling it, does anyone know in the chat room how old Felix is? But Ratajski just doing Ratajski things. Cold, calm, collected. But Springer, yeah, you can just see he is absolutely bricking it. And who wouldn't be? But Ratajski down to 132 after 9. This is a fabulous response from Krzysztof Ratajski. Why not? Ratajski misses, but will return. And 4-1, the scoreline is in 2026, the Euro Tour winners will get 35k, runners-up will get 15. That gap seems too big. Yeah, I've always been, not just in darts, James, but just in prize money schemes in general. I always think the runner-up should be half the winner. In my opinion, I think whatever the winner's prize money is, the runner-up should always be half that. But look, that's just me. Joel and Willie need quarterfinals. Yeah, it's look, with Ratajski winning this, Nathan, it's looking tough for anyone else to gate crash now. How are we doing? Thanks, Mona Man. Sorry for the amateur questions, but never be, and that not just you, in general, never be sorry for asking questions in our chat room. This is why we are here. We're always here to help. Is it double out? I was trying to figure out. Yes. So in PDC darts, mate, you always have to finish the leg on a double. So yeah, if you've got 40 left, it has to be tops, double 20. If you've got 36 left, it has to be double 18, and so on. So yeah, you always have to finish on a double. I'll always answer questions, Aaron. We have a lot of newbies and that coming in. So double 16 for a 5-1 lead. Still averaging a ton, Ratajski. This is a very good performance. How we doing, Dart Room? Hope you are good. How's things? You do a great job, Phil. Cheers, buddy. Thank you very much. Right now, this is a huge result for Ratajski. When things go wrong with a pro's throw, are there any gurus they turn to? There are people out there that do a great job of analysing technique and throws. Do professionals use that enough? No, 100% not. At the top level, it's still quite frowned upon, the coaching and everything, and I don't think a lot of them think it's worth it and works, which I disagree with, because you can't see your own throw. You can't see the mistakes you're making with your technique. So look, I think there is a place for it. I wasn't trying. No problem at all, buddy. Look, we'll always answer questions for you. Ratajski, 131 points away from victory here. If Owen Bates qualifies with the Pro Tour, does 6th place on the... I believe so, James, yes. I believe so. Tops to seal a 6-1 win. Misses. So a chance for Felix Springer just to keep this one going. 89. Going to get 2. A double 16 and has not taken them. So Ratajski to complete victory and pretty much book his place in Dortmund. And that is exactly what the Polish Eagle has done. Superb from Ratajski. Let's see. It's not updated yet. It has updated now. Ratajski jumps above Andrew Gilding and Rob Cross. I'll tell you what, is Rob Cross in a bit of danger perhaps? I don't like, Felix, I don't like that handshake. Shake the hand properly. Not a fan of that attitude there, young man. You can do better. That means we could have the top 8 of the Dev Tour at the World Championship. Like, I don't dislike that. Andrew Gilding has won the bullseye against William O'Connor. There is that, Malika, but if you, I'm always I'm an old school nature. If you're going to shake someone's hand, do it properly. Chisnall wouldn't have called. I was just looking at that. Cross is potentially in a bit of danger. But personally, I don't think that order changes. I think that's the order. That will be the 32. Similar to James's question, if Bates has a great World Championship and get on the top four, yes, if somehow Bates manages to keep his card, yes, it would go down to Charlie Manby. I only saw a couple of clips on social media last night, but John Henderson looked like he'd lost a bit of weight last night. It looked good. This is a too close to call game. I can see both players winning this game. It's a really close call. Right, here we go. Break is in. So we've got 2 minutes 50 seconds till pictures return. When you distribute the 14 final stage at Q, so I think there has to be a rule change. It will drop down the rankings. Look, I still think you still need a Q school, but for me, I think you should be handing out cards to the Challenge Tour more than Q school itself. Goldfinger, it's in your head. In your head. Great walk on. What would you do for the Dev Tour in terms of awarding cards? So I think for one, everyone knows my opinion on this. I'd get rid of if you're a tour card holder, you can't play on the Dev Tour. So you know whoever finishes in those top echelons is going to use the card. James, that would be my first thing. None of this, well, he's a tour card holder, so it goes down. You get rid of the tour card holders in the development tour. Job done. I personally, I would like that. I think potentially we might still be a little way away from this, but going forward, and this breaks down to this, James, I would like to see a Q school in the Oceanic region. I'd like to see a Q school in Asia. I'd like to see a Q school in North America. So those players have a chance to win a card, but they also haven't got that huge expense of coming to Q school in the UK or Germany. It gives them more of a fighting chance, where if you've got a Q school in your own continent, then the expense may be less. So if you get a card, you've got more of a fighting chance. And then in turn, I would then I'd probably go top 3 on the Dev Tour. I would give out more to the Challenge Tour, almost to the point where at Q School, I don't like the ranking table anyway. So I would only give a tour card out for the winner of each day, and then the rest are distributed off the Challenge Tour, because you've got the secondary tour, you've got a year's worth of data, a year's worth of ranking, that you know over the course of the year, those 18 players have been the best. Do you think the home nations could get Euros? I'd like. Would I like to see a Euro tour in Scotland or Ireland? Yes, but I don't think it will happen. What about Steve Beaton? I don't think he. I don't. Well, he might go back to Q School. I don't know, but I'd be surprised. So would take the CDC model. Yeah, almost. Yeah, that would mean Brooks didn't get a card. No, nor said. I get that, James. I just think that for me, Q School is still a lottery. That you could play well over 4 days and get a card, where people that have played well over the year don't. That's what I look at it. I just think that the secondary tour needs to mean more than it does at the moment. At times, it still feels like just a token. We've got to put something on because all these players come to Q School and so on. It just feels like there's not enough meaning to the Challenge Tour. Do you know what I mean? It might just be... Wait a minute. We had to have a few blasts of the Cranberries. I just think the Challenge Tour needs to mean more and give something and give some emphasis to it. Those players haven't been good enough to keep their card. Now, I'm not saying they aren't good enough in the future, but when you've just lost it, you need to go and work on your game. You need to develop something more. So maybe a year on the Challenge Tour, playing regularly and winning again will improve you. I don't know. I'm just the way I look at it. What about the Home Nation Dart Player Tournament? Muchos, I don't get what you mean. Just a home. That they're never going to do just a Home Nation tournament. The PDC is now a global tour. So they're never going to do something just for Home Nation players anymore. Those days are long gone. I just think that people, and again, I understand why players don't like going to Germany and Holland and so on. But we are now a global tour. So players are going to have to travel if they want to earn. Bookies have O'Connor slight favourite in this game. Interesting. Especially with Gilding winning the ball. I think it's a 50-50 game. I think with Gilding winning the ball, I'd make him slight favourite. How many cards are usually on offer? Somewhere, it's normally around between 22 and 25, Rob. Depending. It's normally somewhere around there. If you had to pick a winner from this game coming up, I would edge William O'Connor but I say that with no real confidence. Curtains and attach is such a question. It is, Teresa. It is a questionable look. I agree. I'd love to see a playoff between 3 and 6 pro. Cool. Right, we are underway. We are ready to go. O'Connor, positive start here. Asking a few questions of Gilding here in leg number 1 is the Magpie. But who do you think will be among the favourites to come through UK and Ireland World Qualifier? Oh, that's a good question. I haven't seen who's entered it, but you look at the players outside the tour, James, who are playing well. You'd have to look at people like Tom Sykes, John O'Shea, if they choose to play it. Hendo, perhaps. I'm intrigued to see how it goes down. There's some good names on there. Mervyn King is playing well. When Merv King stepped up to the Pro Tour, he's played some really good stuff. Jack Tweddle, another one playing really good stuff. Graham Hall, Carl Sneed, all tough to beat. Maybe one that goes under the radar a little bit is Dave Davies, winning Red Dragon Germany Champions, and had some good results as well. Gilding leads 1-0. Hold of throw. I hadn't looked at the provisional spots, James. That's my bad. But yeah, I'm just thinking those that are playing well. I think John O'Shea could be a massive danger, playing really well in the Super Series and the ADC back in Ireland. I'd say Tom Sykes is always a threat. Oh, excuse me. I haven't got the calendar in front of me, Marcus. I don't know, but we will be streaming that qualifier. It won't be me. Dan will be keeping you company that day. Yes, Scott Waits has, I agree. Nothing between them in the averages here either. Big last treble from O'Connor there. He needed that. Needed that very much. Could do with another treble here, William O'Connor. Only a ton. The door is ajar for Gilding here. Not bad, but 156 for O'Connor. Gilding on a more than manageable 96. Not gonna go. How old are you? How old do you think I am is the question. Not 2-0 Gilding yet because he hasn't got a dart at the 96. Gilding misses. O'Connor is going to get a dart at tops and he pins it. That's a great tongue topper for William O'Connor. 1-1. Why are the graphics like this today? Because the Dart Connect system isn't used for the European Tour. That's why this is the only way that we can get it up on screen like this. Dart Connect is not used, unfortunately. 36 or 20. I like you lot. No, I'm older than that. Just develop it into a good game, this. Close LPC, 43. Big visit here from O'Connor, and he has a potential break opportunity. But 2 trebles needed to get him to a finish. Not going to do it, so Gilding... good skincare routine. Scott, good skincare routine. Gilding leaves the same number that O'Connor took out last leg. If it doesn't go, there is pressure. Pressure on it. And it is not going to go. Break chance for William O'Connor. 47 for a 2-1 lead and a break of throw. Tops again. Pins it. The Magpie is in the mood. William O'Connor, 2-1 up. Break of throw for the Irishman. Andrew Gilding is under pressure here. He's in the ascendancy. He's upped his average to over 94 now. This is very good from O'Connor. But remember, even if he wins this game, the likelihood is he's still going to have to get to a semi-final. But it is doable. It is doable. This needs to be a max. That's not enough. O'Connor is just dominating this at the moment. 2 at double 4. And it is 3-1. He lost the opener, but since then, the Magpie has been flawless. Andrew Gilding is under pressure. And I'm not talking about Jedward. Nathan, the only thing that is in Andrew Gilding's favour is he's still relying on Chisnall winning. Now, Chisnall has lost his last 9 games on the European Tour stage. So it is not a gimme. Who will Chisnall play as well? Wait a minute. I'm just having that look. Just having a look now, Rob. So, Dave Chisnall, he might be all right. The draw may have been kind to Chisnall. He will probably play Gabriel Clemens. Again, the one that is in no kind of form whatsoever. That may be Chizzy's saving grace. He's won a Pro Tour. Has he won a European? He's got to a European final. He won the Tom Kirby in 2017 and won a Players' Championship in 2019. Gilding does hold. O'Connor knows. He knows what is at stake here. So yeah, Chisnall's one favour is that he's probably going to play Clements. The winner of this will play Martin Schindler. O'Connor still in control here. Down to a finish first. Gilding not applying any pressure. So O'Connor doesn't need to go the bullseye route to finish this. Even if he hits 2 trebles. Does he go for it? He's gone for it. Look, he will probably be okay. Probably, but if Andrew Gilding rattles in a 180 here, if this 25 doesn't go, we go back and we question the board management. We question the board management now. If Gilding takes out this 61... William O'Connor may have gotten away with it. May. He gets away with it, but it goes back to that question. Should he have just plonked one in Big Ten to come back for 3 at tops? And now you can see O'Connor believes. Yeah, he's been playing well, O'Connor. There's a lot to like about his performances. But here's the thing: if O'Connor wins, to get to what's he gonna need? Let me just recap. O'Connor is gonna need a minimum of a semi-final. That might not be enough. Probably would, but might not be. So to get to his intended destination, he is going to have to go through Andrew Gilding here, then Martin Schindler, then either Chris Dobie, Dirk van Dijvenbode or Karel Sedlacek. Then in the quarter-finals, he will face either Rob Cross, Cameron Menzies or Peter Wright, potentially. So look, when you're looking at it, arguably, he's got a chance. It will be tough, but it's doable. And he is one away from beating Andrew Gilding here. Is he going to get the job done here and now? No, Schindler's not been in great nick recently, agreed. I think, yeah, the Schindler game is winnable. Right, O'Connor just has to believe. So Gilding has effectively taken the darts here in this leg. .60 needed more than that. O'Connor will now be looking to get this 2-4-4 down to a manageable finish. Down to a finish. Do you think the Euro Tour qualifier stroke reserve rule will be changed next year? For example, Clements this week coming in to reserve to place a top 16 player. I think the problem is the reserve list or whatever you want to call it is never going to be perfect, and I'm not sure there is a perfect system either. I remember when there was no reserve list and it just used to be a bye. So I'm not sure what the perfect one is, because again, depending on what event it is, you've got more chance of being called up to the last couple of events than you have 1 and 2. So sometimes you just think, is it worth being a reserve early on? Once the big guns know they're going to Dortmund and so on, that they pick and choose more. So you've got more chance of being called up as a reserve later on. I'm not sure there's a perfect scenario to this. Two much better legs from Gilding here. Still a long, long way back, but O'Connor just having to think. We've got an ad for the Dart supplement on the Fight Fuel, I think it's called. Never tried it, no. So I couldn't say if it worked or not. Gilding leaving the old 162, but he'll get away with it. .140 from O'Connor gets him to a finish, just asks Gilding the question. Tops to get within 1. Misses, so O'Connor has a chance at the 104. He's going to get a dart if he keeps this straight. Big Tech, oh, he's gone 18 for double 16. He's changed his route. He was pinning tops earlier. Remember, William O'Connor has missed a match dart. Will he get any more? Gilding cuts the gap to 1. I've got Dirk, Jermaine to win through. Gabriel Clemens most one. He's got a chance. Look, Dirk's in a tough game. Sedlacek's a proper player. Sedlacek is decent. I'm surprised at O'Connor not going for tops. To be fair though, the dart double 16 couldn't have got any closer. It grazed the wire. But now O'Connor has the darts here. Can he get the job done? This is the leg. Would just like a potential drama-free leg. And so far, it is that way. What he'd give for a massive visit. 180! That is a massive visit for William O'Connor. Leaves 81 after 9. This is a great leg from O'Connor. On throw to potentially win the match. Treble 19. Single 12. Bullseye. Another match start has come and gone. I must admit, I've played some mind games there. Would I have just plonked one in the big number and say to Andrew Gilding, I don't think you can take this out, pal. So 25 for O'Connor. Missed 2 match starts already. Should get 2 more if he keeps this straight. 2 at double 8. And William O'Connor keeps his hopes and his dreams of qualifying for Dortmund alive. They've still got work to do, but he still has a chance, and that is the important thing. We'll let the pictures catch up on the stream, but O'Connor has done his job for today. He will return tomorrow to face Martin Schindler. Still a tough ask, but is it now time? The 9 was good. It was crisp. And it was clean from William O'Connor. You guys have absolutely rocked it here today. We will be back live at 6 p.m. for the evening session. So make sure you come and join us. If you haven't yet, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and turn notifications on so you know when we go live. But this afternoon, I've been Phil Bars. We have been Online Darts. We will see you in just over 2 hours' time. Make sure you come and join us.